With the bottom and top of our clamp added in SolidWorks, we can now look at adding a smart fastener that will represent the nut and bolt that will be used to fasten the two sides of the clamp together in the final printed design. The smart fastener tool that we'll use is located here on the assembly toolbar and features a set of templates for nuts and bolts based on common nut and bolt sizes. Now, if you look at the expanded list of features under the clamp side top, you'll see an option here for C-bore or counter bore for a number 6 hex machine screw and a number 6 clearance hole. So those are the two references we'll use to create our smart fastener. So we want to select the counter bore feature from the clamp side top. Now, as you see on my screen here, I'll have to scroll slightly, and you may have to do the same. And then you single left click to select this C-bore for number 6 hex machine screw, and then click Smart Fasteners on the assembly toolbar. You may get a message advising you that the time to create smaller features or smaller components may take longer. You can click OK to accept this message. It may take just a moment to populate, but after selecting your counterbore screw and then selecting the Smart Fasteners, the Smart Fastener tool should preload the information that you need here. If you navigate around, you'll see only the screw has been added, and there are no threads, no washers. We'll add those features here under these settings for top stack and bottom stack. Now, if we select under the pull-down menu here under Add to Top Stack, we can select an option for regular, flat washer type B. After a moment, you'll see the regular flat washer type B loaded into SolidWorks, and it will be positioned under the number 6 screw. We'll also add a washer to the bottom, so we'll add the same type washer, regular flat washer type B. And if I navigate to the other side, you can see that corresponding washer added. Using the same procedure that we used to add a flat washer to the bottom, we'll also add a machine screw nut hex, which will also appear on the bottom. There are settings that we can make to this group that will update the type of flat washer and the type of nut used automatically. Select on the group. If I scroll to the bottom, you'll see a set of properties. These settings should look somewhat familiar because they're based off the counter bore number 6 that we selected to begin our smart fastener. But we want to make sure that the settings are set up for the clamp usage that will require the clamp parts to expand and then get closer together as you clamp down on an individual object within the teeth of the clamp. So from this view, I have a good view of the clamp itself and then the screw so that we can see changes as we make changes here. First, we'll make sure that it is set to number 640, which is what we need. We're going to change the length to 1.375 inches. You'll get a message about clear the auto update length, and that's fine because we're adding a new length to it. We'll set the thread here to schematic. And those will be the only changes that we'll make to the properties. And then once we've made those changes, we'll click the green check here to accept our smart fastener. The smart fastener is added to the bottom of the Feature Manager design tree, and if you navigate around the assembly, you can inspect the smart fastener. Before moving on to the next portion, I will navigate to the isometric view so that we can all start from the same viewpoint. For the final portion of the lesson, we'll add some color to each of our clamp sides so that they stand out and a little bit more distinct for reviewing within SolidWorks. To begin, in the Feature Manager design tree, single left-click one of the clamp sides. In this case, I'm selecting the clamp side top. In the submenu that pops up, you'll see the Appearance button, which is multicolored sphere and has an arrow. Select the arrow beside it. You'll see another submenu that features the colors of the parts. Select the gray color to change the gray color in the clamp side top. You may have to scroll down in the color tool to see the remaining colors in the color palette. I'll select the green color. This is also the color that you will be instructed to use in the book. Click the green check to OK the green color change. Then we'll repeat the process for the clamp side bottom, which you may have to scroll up or possibly down. Single left click the clamp side bottom, select the Appearance button, click the gray color that's currently being used for the clamp side bottom. Scroll in the color tool, and we'll select one of these pinks here. Click the green check to accept the color change, and then from the File menu, save your assembly. You will be prompted to save the modified documents that include the clamp side bottom and the clamp side top parts. Remember, when we created these parts, they were individual files that we brought into the assembly. So now you're being prompted to save not only the changes you see in the assembly, but also the changes in the part. Now the assembly is complete. Try these changes yourself in Lesson 4 in the student manual.